everybody, I'm Dana, and welcome back to Tuesday Tips for Leaders of Volunteers.
Let me give you 3 pieces of priceless advice for our audience, if I
Yes,
may.
or Tuesday tips.
Yep, and I'll tell you a story. The
Yes.
first is, as volunteer managers, we must continually be linking the mission of what we're doing to the hearts of our volunteers, because that's why we volunteer. And so often we don't do that linking, and when we do, it's very powerful. So if I know that whatever job I'm doing, whether it's tedious or interesting, this is the impact on the mission, that's incredibly motivating. So I encourage people all the time. The second thing is to link the statistics of what you're achieving all the time. So how many trees are you planting? How many elephants are you saving? How many meals are you serving? And the third is, I used to get these students from the university that were studying media, public relations, advertising and marketing. And they would contact lots of organisations, not-for-profits, to do a unit that was part of their course. And all the not-for-profits were like, oh, we don't know what to do with you. I always took them because they were fantastic. And we actually, on one occasion, we actually got people to cold call. So they were learning how to use their cold call experiences, their learnings, and to do street interviews of people. And the question they asked them was, why don't you volunteer for this charity? And the data was mind-blowing. The number one reason was because people couldn't relate to the name of this particular charity. So we changed the name and the donations and volunteering went up. But the story I'd like to share with you was a story of I was involved with a middle-class Jewish charity in Melbourne, and great people, salt of the earth, dedicated to their community. And it was a charity that actually fed people. And so we had nice middle-class people coming in to feed people from the streets. And they had the resources to be able to get the money for the food, which was fantastic, and they had the time to do it. The shift came when we started to get the clients to volunteer. Mm. So we actually had people living in their cars with the middle-class people driving in their nice cars. When you're chopping vegetables together for the other people, the conversations got very interesting. We had one volunteer who was a trans woman, which was an experience that most of our volunteers had never encountered, who was living in her broken down car. Now, sadly, this woman died. She had a significant number of health issues. Mm. And not only did our nice middle-class volunteers pay for her funeral, but they attended, which as a volunteer coordinator, I found incredibly moving. The thing that was interesting as a result of that is a small group of women came to see the CEO of the organisation and said, we actually want to create a volunteer award in the name of that volunteer who died.
Aww.
And so this organisation's Premier Volunteer Award is named after somebody who was impacted by the volunteering personally. She said, it gives me a reason to get out of my car.
Yeah.
But impacted the whole organisation. For me, that's a very powerful example of the difference volunteering can make to bridging gaps.
Martin, I deeply appreciate your priceless advice and your Tuesday tips, golden wisdom pieces floated in there as well.